Good morning students, welcome to today's class. Today we are continuing the last chapter from civics, outcomes of democracy. In our last video we learned about the political outcome of democracy. Today we are going to learn the economic outcome of democracy and social outcome of democracy. Now when we speak about economic outcome of democracy, we have economic growth and development. When we speak about economic growth and development, now in any democracy we conclude that it is the better form of government comparing with other form of government, whether it is monarchical, whether it is dictatorship, whether it is military form of government or any nation ruled by religious leaders. Now when we compare the democracy with all these different form of government, we find that democracy is better form of government. When we say democracy is better form of government, automatically our expectation is that democracy should have economic development also. Now when we speak about economic development, the study shows, that is year 1950 to 2000 year, 50 years of gap, the study shows that is more than democracy, it is the dictatorship form of government has shown that high rate of economic growth. Now when we study, when we come to know that it is high rate of economic growth takes place in other form of government than in democracy, then what we need to do? Now this democracy, we should not conclude that other form of government is better and democracy is not better form of government, because when we speak about economic development or economic growth, there are so many different things that matters. What are those things that matters? It is like population size matters, it is the criteria that a country keeps for the economic development, or the situation that is created within the country and the cooperation of other countries. All these factors matters for the economic development of the country or any nation. So though we come to learn about that other form of government is having economic development in high rate and democracy is slow, it is not the one reason that we avoid the democracy form of government, or we conclude that it is not the better form of government. No, there are so many other things which are better in democracies, which are not in dictatorship or any other form of government, because in democracy you have all other freedom of speech or dignity, or this promotes equality, all these things we find in democracy, but which is not in dictatorship. So just because of one thing, that is economic development, we should not conclude that democracy is not the better form of government. Always democracy is the better form of government, though it fails in the economic development. But what we can say when we see that the dictatorship form of government has got economic development, or any other form of government has got economic development, whereas democracy it is not. But we just cannot ignore of this, but we can surely expect from democracy that they should not lag behind from all other form of government. They should also try, like other form of government, to develop in the economic front also. That is what we come to conclusion when we study about the topic, that is economic growth and development. And second one is reduction of inequality and poverty. Now when we speak about reduction of inequality and poverty, now in this topic we come to study that when democracy is better form of government, it gives equality, respect for humans. Now when we speak about all these things, then automatically what the responsibility of the democracy is, that they should keep and control that there should not be so much of inequality or disparities in the field of economics. That is, even though democracy achieves development, it should not be only for the few. The rich is becoming more rich and the poor is becoming more poor. So what is the duty of the democracy? Even development takes place, they should keep an eye that the wealth of the nations are shared equally, where everyone has got better form of life, where everyone gets what is needed for their life. It should not be only in the hand of the few. This thing democracy should see. But when we see many of the democracies fail to keep up the inequalities. In political level, they keep the equalities, but in economical level, there is so much of inequalities. That is with what we observe in many democracies of the world. So when we see the democracies formed because of the majority of the people who are less privileged, who do not have things. But then the government which is formed by these people, the majority who have given support, fail to take care of these people, and they fail to dispatch this inequality in the economic field. So what happens? The rich of the nations, mostly the wealth of the nation goes into the hands of few, and many of them do not have even what they need for their daily life also they do not have. So when we speak about in many of the countries, even they depend on other countries for their food supplies, all those things. Now when we speak about our neighboring country Bangladesh, then more than half of the populations are living in poverty. That is the situation when we see in some of the democratical form of government. So when we speak about the outcome of the economic outcome of democracy, it is democracies are expected, at least if they don't develop the nation in economic front, at least they should take care that there should not be economic inequalities among the citizens of the country, that they should keep their mind. Now next one is, that is social outcome of democracy. Now when we speak about social outcome of a democracy, it is accommodation of social diversities. Now in our earlier chapters, we have learned about how democracy accommodate the social differences. Now when we speak about, it is the only democracy where this is possible. In other form of government, it is not possible. So in our lesson 1, we have learned about Belgium and we have learned about Sri Lanka. Now what did the Belgium do? Belgium accommodated the social differences by forming the third form of government, that is community government. So according to that, when we see the democracy, only in democracy that we have some measures where people are, social differences are accommodated. When social differences are accommodated and other mechanism are followed, it helps whatever problem, tensions takes place, it does not explode and it does not become so violent. And with this, when we conclude, no democracy can solve full social differences. They cannot bring an end to all the problem, solve all the problem that exist in democracies. But we can surely expect from the democracy that they give equal respect to the differences, social differences of their country. When everyone is given equal respect and accepted, then the problem is not there. When they feel that they are not respected, due respect is not given, then the problem arises. So it is expected from the democracy, if they don't solve all the problems, at least they should give due respect to the differences in the country. So that is, we learn from the Belgium model of power sharing or accommodating the democracy of social differences. Now in this, we also learn about the Sri Lanka. We learned in lesson 1 about the Sri Lanka. What happened? there they did not accommodate the social differences. When they did not accommodate the social differences, what happened? There were civil war. So with that, what two things that we need to conclude is, that is two things very important, that is, when we speak about democracy, democracy should not be a rule by the majority opinion. Now majority should not have opinion only taken by them. What should the majority do? Majority should take the side of the minority also. Then we can say that the democracy is successful. It should not be only opinion of the majority, but they also should consider the opinion of the minority, the government or the democracy. They should consider the opinion of the minority. Then they should stand for the general view. Then it is, we can say that democracy is successful. And second one is not ruled by majority community. Now when we speak about majority community, it may be religion, it may be language, or it may be culture. When we speak about those, should not form the government and they should not have rule. Now when we speak about majority community, all should have an opportunity to form the government. They should get a chance to prove themselves as majority community in given point of time. It is not always the majority is forming the government, majority is taking the decision. No, it is even the minority community should get a chance to form the government and they should become majority in the nation. When these two things are followed, then the social differences are accommodated and democracy is successful in any nation. And in this we have also another topic, that is dignity and freedom of the citizens. Now where we have dignity and freedom of the citizens, it is only in democracy, not in the dictatorship or any other. They do not have freedom of speech and they do not have dignity of the individuals. The dictatorship, they just rule the country and take the decisions and they are not bothered about the citizens or their view, opinion, all those things. Only in democracy we find this dignity and respect for the individuals. When it is there, respect for the individual, then automatically what do we expect? We expect that democracies give freedom for social outcome and the society is able to support the democracies. Now in this respect, when we speak about dignity and respect for individuals, now we find many of the democracies are like dominated and subordinated rule is followed for many years. Okay, subordination and domination. When we speak about subordination and domination, male dominated society. Many of the democracies for a very long time it is the male dominated society. So when we speak about male dominated society, here we speak about the respect for women or dignity of women. When we speak about respect for women, it is not that every country gives all the time everywhere respect for women. It does not matter. But what matters, when there is any issues, then women have the right to fight against it. If it is recognized, women can stand up for the right and they can fight for this right. That is what we speak about, the equality of women or the equality of society. Now when we speak about Indian society, there is one special feature. That what is the special feature? The disadvantaged and the discriminated sections of the society, they have given equal status and equal opportunity, which is recognized by the Indian government or Indian constitution. That is, everyone has equal status and equal opportunity. There is no high, low, dominated or subordinated. We do not have in our society. It has been strengthened. But when we speak, it is there, but it is not practiced. There are many problems are rose in our society also, where different sections of the societies are dominated, different sections of the societies are oppressed. All these are there in our country too. Now what we expect from the democracies, that they stand for every section of the society. When they stand for every section of the society, then we conclude that democracy has got the dignity and respect for the freedom of the citizens. Now when there is a problem arises in any country, that is the conclusion there is existence of democracy, functioning of the democracy, success of the democracy. When there is no issues, no problems, then we do not conclude that it is better form of democracy. The very existence of problems that are arising, people are fighting for their rights, it is proof, it itself is a proof that democracy does functions and it is the way to success. Now to conclude, when we speak about democracy is a stage where examination never ends. Where democracy is there, people have expectation. Now one expectation is over, automatically people come up with next expectation or other various expectations. So whenever any expectation is getting over, automatically people stand for other. So this itself shows that democracy does function and democracy does exist and democracy is the way to success. Now we come to the conclusion of this topic, that is outcome of economic outcome of democracy and social outcome of democracy. Now it is the government which takes care if that even though economic development does not take place, they should not create economic equality. And in social outcome itself is a proof whenever there is problem arises, that shows that democracy does way to success. Thank you students, you read in your book and you will find easy.